Hello, how's it going today? It's Frankie here and I'm back with another movie review. Now, I don't know what to think of this movie. It is quite a boring movie that had some interesting aspects to it, and it wanted me to know more and wanted me to know more of the story and how it got towards the end. So I was kind of curious. But the storyline was a bit confusing and jagged here and there. But I'm going to get straight into it. It starts off pretty interesting. The movie's called Cause of the Death, or Cause of My Death, or something like that. I'll put the title in. I'll put the title of that movie anyway into the video. And yeah, so it starts off with this woman seeing this video camera, and she said, "Excuse me, is this yours, sir? Is this yours?" In this like apartment building or whatever you want to call it. And as soon as she went up to the guy, his eyeballs sort of moved that way. So one eyeball went that way, and the other eyeball stayed on this side. And I was like, okay, it's like an interesting movie. And then for the first 20 minutes after that, it was just all dull. You have Kate and Joanna, who are girlfriends, and they talked, and this guy called Jack drove them to the apartment building, and Joanna started getting a headache, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. So Kate just advised her to sleep, and Kate started filming and stuff like that, and then she started noticing something weird going on with Kate. Not Kate, Joanna. She was like, what's going on? Where are you going? And then, she followed her to this, like, another corridor or something like that. I don't know whereabouts it was in the building. And she's kind of swallowed some sort of whatever it was that moved around her body. And then she walked around, she was like, why can't I get out this front doors? And she sees this dude. And this dude started, having some weapon because he wanted to try and kill her or something like that. And she went up and then as soon as she got to the end of the corridor, she dropped her camera and the guy said, you're just dreaming. And she then eventually, woke up. She got woken up by Joanna. I literally have no idea what on earth was happening literally right now. She woke up and she was like, well, wait, we already went into town. What's going on? Why do you wait, mate? You were just, what's happening? You okay, Kate? And she said, oh, well, you were in chase. I couldn't find you. Something was going on and stuff like that. And then Joanna and Jack said, we're going to go into town. But there was footage of them going into town and exploring. And Kate was saying, well, we just already did that. Why are we doing that again? And then Jack and Joanna said, why what's going on? We haven't been to the town yet. Bear in mind, there was a scene before that even happened. I'm pretty sure it's when the candle started to do some sort of like there was a mist from the candle that is like a sort of portal vortex, and some strange happened there. It was just weird. And then something happened with the candle again, where they got warped into not warped, but went into this forest. And then Joanna started saying she had blurred vision of seeing these people around. I don't know what on earth was going on. And they went in the forest, and Jack didn't know how he got there. Jack didn't know what was going on. And now with the Joanna said, I hear my mom calling me. I'm not going to hear a voice. This movie literally, I could see the concept. It confused me a little bit. I have no idea what was happening. And then, what on earth was the other scenes? I'm starting to forget now. And then they started to, I don't know what was going on. I really don't. And then Kate saw outside the forest, outside the window, like where she came from the forest. And she was saying, what's going on? What's wrong? You could take your mom's car. What on earth was happening? And then she started hearing her mom's voice into that, because there was a scene of it cut straight to her and Kate in the bathroom, and you can hear Joanna's mom's voice, and and she was speaking to her daughter telepathically, telling her, you come out, you can't see, blah blah. What was going on here? And there was a mafia boss there as well that wanted some money. I'll get onto that soon though. There was also a scene where they were scared of what was going on, and they obviously wanted to get out, and they obviously spoke to this woman who they saw at the end, was it? But the laundry room was, they washed their clothes out. I think it's an American thing for them to have them. And excuse me, what's going on? And she just had this face, had this demonic face, Bear in mind, when I read about this movie, the description, it said it was full of crazy people. I didn't see that many crazy people, so it was misleading. This movie was misleading a little bit, but it had a good concept to it. Then they couldn't get out. I can't remember what caused them to run off at that moment though, but they just said we can't go, we got to call the police. Oh my goodness, I don't understand what was going on. I really don't. What on earth was, I don't, it almost made me fret. I mean, I understand the concept because first person, the whole dream part, it wouldn't make sense because they're first person, the camera's there. But what confused me the most is this is more related to Joanna type of storyline, but Kate also getting the same thing. So you would think Joanna should be going through more, only she's been the only one going through this more than Kate. So I don't really understand what was going on as such. And they were kind of confusing. The candle was actually sort of portal, and then the mafia boss was like, yeah, he's sort of, I think he's Russian mafia boss. I think he was paid by the director and producer of this movie because I read it and I forgot the dude's name and he was like, where's my money? I gave him money. And Joanna, I think she knew what it was, but her man was just all messed up. Something wasn't quite right with her. And there was nothing quite right what was going on in that whole apartment. So that's one thing for sure. And he was saying with the money, and, it cut to him getting a cut on his head here. I don't know how that happened. I thought he would have shot it. I don't know what was going on there, but and then he was saying, "You need to touch your friend Joanna." And as he left, as he was after looking inside the mirror, his reflection stood there, and it also made a demonic scream. I don't know what was going on. Seriously, I need a clear picture on this. There wasn't much. There was a lot of dialogue. Not much happened, but the storyline was kind of interesting to an extent. I don't know. I could see a good concept, but it just needed a heck of a lot more in the movie to make it exciting. The storyline was all sorts of confusing. I do apologise if I missed something out. There's not really much to go by in this movie, but you could let me know your feel on it anyway. And then they got evidence. They recorded the dude coming in the apartment building. I don't know what's happening, man. It's because he was looking for money, and they took it, and they said, "Oh, we're going to take it to the police. Finally going to catch the guy." And Joanna said, "Oh, it's like some unseen forces were helping me," and it's almost as if it could be a hallucination kind of thing. And Kate said, "That's not weird, but this is weird," and she saw the demonic scream face at the end of the movie, which I expected from horror movies like this. I think found footage 3D is the only other movie I've seen that ever did a jump scare like that, but was a bit more scary. I had a lot more in that movie, a bit more than it did in this one. Yeah, I don't know what to think of this movie. I kind of knew it was going to end like that. So you're telling me that Joanna was probably, but Kate also experienced this, so Joanna to me was probably hallucinating this, but maybe from other people's point of views possibly. Like she was also, but I wouldn't say it was hallucinating because the guy, it almost tended into some sort of like CSI episode towards the end there where they caught the dude. Eventually, I thought that apartment was going to be some sort of, I thought it was going to end with them just find out they were actually dead the entire time. I don't know. It's super confusing to me, and there wasn't much to go by. They could have added more people into it, more characters. Especially, they could have added more crazy people telling them stuff. Right? You see, I think there's been horror movies that I've seen where crazy people have actually told them stuff and actually let them know, and act like they knew them. I know there's movies out there. I'm trying to remember the names of those kind of movies. They could have added more people into that, more characters, so that they could be like, oh my god, what's going to scare me? And then they find out that they're the ones that were crazy the entire time, or they're the ones that were dreaming. Good concept. Good idea. They could have made the movie a bit better, but the concept I didn't mind. It was actually okay, to be honest. For a movie like this, it should have needed more because the storyline wasn't. It was as if it was a good concept. It was just a little bit confusing to me. It needed a bit more excitement. I didn't find it scary enough. I got a bit bored when it came to half an hour of the movie until it started getting a tiny bit interesting. So that knocked the rating up a notch. I'll give them that one. it certainly had a bit more to this movie than it did than the previous movie I've seen, which is called Deprivation. That was terrible. Nothing happened at all, so I wouldn't recommend watching that movie. Yeah, I do give away the full movie, most of the good scenes, but watch it for yourself. I mean, I would rather give away these type of movies storylines, because these type of movies are just terrible. There's nothing to them. Like, the concept was good, just they didn't make it clear enough. The rating, I'm surprised this video has lasted this long, to be quite honest with you. There's actually nothing to go by. I think it said at the end, this is a documentary, kinda, and it was made by Professor Kate. What on earth? What was it? A horror comedy? I mean, the website I was on, it didn't specify what genre it was. It just said horror, so I assumed it was just a normal horror. There's nothing funny about it. What? I don't. Why did you have to add that in? You can add that in if there's outtakes to it. Don't add it in and make me think, oh, it was that sort of movie the entire time. Oh my goodness, I don't know what to rate this. It's below a 5. I'm sorry, I have to give this up. I was going to give this a 3. I was going to give this a 2. I don't know. But because the concept is okay, the storyline needed to be a bit more clearer, I might just give this a 3 out of 10. Like, I can't find any other positives to give. I'm pretty sure this movie took some time, but with dialogue like that, it was just mostly talking. What other time did they need? But I understand there was a lot of effects put into it. I understand there was a lot of, I understand they had to put in like some scenes where they had to go to like another scene, and I understand the finances involved. Yeah, found footage doesn't cost a lot, but a lot of it needs to be needed. So for that, the candle bit as well, had to light that up. Don't know how they did it, but they did something. They used something like a candle, probably lights or something. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, 3 out of 10 it is. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, comment, share, everyone know, subscribe, and hit the notification below. So see you in my next video.